welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your presence. Thank you to everyone who has left a comment as well for your chance to win a free reading with me. I'm going to be drawing another name this week, so be sure to drop your comment below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to drop your comment as well. Hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner for the free tarot reading. And I just offered as a way of a thank you to my subscribers for their presence here on this channel. So I really appreciate you being here. And as a thank you, I like to offer a free reading from time to time. I try to do it monthly. So be sure, if you have hit your notification bell and you have dropped me comments, I am still waiting to hear back from my most recent winner. So be sure to check your notifications in case I have reached out to you. For today's topic, we are looking at the physical connection between you and a person on your mind, and what will your first or next time with them be like? What can you expect out of that experience? We do have 3 piles to choose from here today. We have pile number 1 with the 9 of Wands. We have pile number 2 with the Magician. And we have pile number 3 with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, you may be drawn to multiple piles in this reading, and you just can pause the reading. You can take a deep breath, really take your time in choosing. You can be drawn to multiple piles, and my timestamps will be listed below. But whatever pile really calls out to you, that may be a message waiting for you in that pile. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, today we're looking at the contact on your mind, the person on your mind in this moment, and what could you expect in your first or your next time with them in a physical connection. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the 9 of Wands, and this is your reading. What can you expect in your first or next time with the person on your mind, especially within the physical dynamic of your connection? So what will the first sexual experience be like? What will the next sexual experience be like if you have already been with this person? The 9 of Wands here is talking about holding back. And if you really look closely at this card, I was very focused on that person standing in the background, dragging that goat through. And there's a feeling of being in public, maybe not consummating the act in public, but there's this feeling about having to hold back because I'm in the presence of someone, and I'm just seeing like a taxi cab or like an Uber. And so you could be on transit with this person when things start to really get hot and heavy, for instance, but there's a feeling of like having to hold back because of the presence of other people. And so perhaps that's been the scenario in your connection overall, is we can't get together because of the presence of other people. So that could be a theme. Or in that moment, your first or next time with them, you're going to have to hold back for the very first part of that interaction because you're going to be around other people. You won't be able to be 100% obvious because other people might be around. So let's take a look here. What can pile 1 expect from the first or the next time that they are with their person on their mind? I just heard setting the foundation. So the first or the next time with this person, again, there's a lot of build up to the actual event. It's like there's perhaps a lot of making out, or there's just a lot of physical touch. It's like you're setting the foundation for a really exciting moment. But I feel like you have to set the foundation because there's something about a transition. You have to hold back for a little bit, or you want to hold back because there's a lot of foreplay. We have the Queen of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This person is a little bit insecure, and they won't be very confident about being the aggressor at the very beginning of the connection or the interaction with you. We have the 8 of Wands. So it almost feels like it's going to be the divine feminine that says something or gets everything started. There's a feeling about declaring my feelings or declaring how I feel through a passionate act. It almost makes me feel like someone kissing another person in a very quick way or just a sudden way. And I feel like it's the divine feminine that's going to be implementing that action. There's a lot of passion here, though. It's like because we've had to hold back, or because we're going to have to hold back in that moment until the actual event, it's like this eruption. There's like so much momentum behind it, so much pressure, like a volcano. And there's the 3 of Cups. I feel like this experience is going to be unlike any other experience you've ever had with another person. This person's very different from what you have experienced perhaps in the bedroom. And you're going to have a lot of fun. I also hear like laughter, you know, and there's something really kind of nice about that, to laugh in the bed with your lover. Like there's laughter as a part of it too. We have the moon. There's also this feeling about like finally being reunited. And so in this first or next time with this person, it's like we're finally being reunited. Or maybe we've been holding back because this was just a friendship. And they've been waiting for you to come forward to say, you know, it's not just a friendship. This is more, and I want it more. And we're sort of preparing for changes in our life. I do feel like there's not a lot of talking. I don't think that there's a lot of talking because there's like a discomfort surrounding that. It's like we don't feel comfortable with each other necessarily enough to talk. It's a lot of passion though, a lot of like making out, a lot of kissing, I feel. And they are saying that this is like a dream come true for someone in this connection. So this could be you or this could be your person, but it feels like they've dreamed about this, they fantasized about this. That's where all of this pressure comes from. Someone has been holding back in this connection. Maybe because of the presence of other people in the physical, but they're holding back, they have been holding back, but in this moment, it's like the floodgates open. We finally release those floodgates. We have the Judgment. However, they are speaking about kind of the waves of what this will do to your connection or what will happen after the fact. We have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the Page of Cups. It almost feels like your first or next time with them, and it feels like your first time, if I'm honest. It feels like your first time with them. It sort of changes everything, and maybe that's not the intention because we have been holding back, but when we finally release and we finally put our strength in the right direction and push our chariot in the right direction here, there's a lot to contemplate because Spirit says it's not going to end with this first moment. If we're just friends and we're friends with benefits and we're enjoying each other in that way, it may turn into something a little bit deeper. There could be a more of emotional connection waiting for you because Spirit's speaking about upgrades. They are saying that in this moment, in this momentum, you're going to be spending some time here. You're going to be taking your time. Even though there's like this pressure, there's still like a longevity to the event. And they are going to be very conscientious of wanting to make sure that the Divine Feminine feels very empowered and feels happy about everything that's going on. We have the Three of Pentacles. This feels like a very sort of established connection in some way. It may just be an established friendship or just a flirtation that has been established. Here's the Seven of Pentacles. And they are saying as a result of this moment together, I feel like the two of you could move into a relationship for someone watching. That may not be relevant for everyone watching in the collective, but there are upgrades. There's things to think about afterwards. I will say that sometimes within the Judgment, I just heard brains, like the zombies would say brains. Like I just heard that. It's like sometimes we have this buyer's remorse after we give in to a temptation if we have been holding back. So there's a contemplative energy coming in and there's overthinking. And this could be coming in from the Queen of Swords because of the Gemini energy that I'm picking up on. They're very smart. They're very good at making decisions, but sometimes they overthink. So there could be some overthinking involved after the fact as well. We have the Nine of Pentacles. But there is just something about putting the Divine Feminine on the pedestal and not letting anything distract us overall. They are speaking about spending the whole evening together. Like this is not something that's going to end at 2 in the morning. This is like you'll spend the night or they will spend the night. And the Divine Feminine, as I said, is put up on a pedestal. They want to take their time because this is a fantasy. This is a dream. And because this fantasy is coming to life, I want it to last. And we have the Chariot. One of my lights just went out. Now that's nothing too extreme, but they are speaking about transition. We're turning off the light on one situation here and we're turning it on to another perspective. Here is your High Priestess, and there's the Ten of Swords with the Fool. Now, the Ten of Swords is about eliminating the expectations here. there's this over emotional response sometimes that can happen when we're intimate with each other. So that may be something that you can expect as well, is an over emotional response that will lead us to overthinking, making us kind of worry or second guess, do we really want the momentum to go in this direction? But Spirit says it's like the ball has been kicked, the leap of faith has been made, and then it leads to further opportunity. So they don't want you to be concerned about where this path leads, because your higher self says it's leading to upgrades and it's leading to change. But it may be something that requires change. Like maybe it's a good thing that this is changing. This is a good opportunity. So if it is just a friendship, it won't maintain in just a friendship. I see it progressing and new emotional starts. There's your High Priestess again with the Eight of Pentacles. And there's the Death energy. We're tackling a lot of themes. We're tackling our fear of loss. We're creating transitions and new emotional starts. We're dealing with our own insecurities because we have been holding back, or this person has been holding back. So this is actually setting a foundation for way more in this connection. What can you expect the first or next time you are together? We have hidden secrets that can harm you, the Skull, and they are talking about transitions, realities that hit us, and like the fears, the insecurities that come up when we are being vulnerable with another person. There is like the weight of the world about the fear of the unknown. So I feel like there's some insecurities that are going to be tagged into this experience too. And they could be physical insecurities about the body, for instance. And if it's the Divine Feminine that's concerned about whether or not this person will find her physically attractive, Spirit says you don't need to worry about that. You're a distraction in a most positive way. We have good luck. And I just saw the bear, the boundaries energy with the Queen of Swords. I do feel like, again, good luck is on your side if you don't want to be the aggressor, but Spirit says that the Divine Feminine might be the leader here, just to get the ball rolling. I don't think that they're going to be take on the leadership role for the whole event, but just to get the ball rolling. We do have here money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall, and the boat is about transition. And when I think of this particular boat, I do think of the anglerfish and the Divine Feminine, again, leading the cause or being more confident or projecting more confidence in the moment. But it's like we attach ourselves to each other and we move forward. So there could be relationships that form here. Full-fledged relationships, because the strong, passionate fire is leading to new opportunities that are going to be waiting. So it's not over in that moment. Honor and respect will come to you. The Crown, they're talking about positions of authority, moving into new positions in this connection as well. The first or next time with them. What can you expect, pile number 1? Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And I do feel like they want to get away from others and eliminate the distractions of others. So I feel like the beginnings of like the passionate kissing and things like that will happen maybe when you're in the company of other people, maybe you're out enjoying yourselves with the groups of people. And then I feel like there's this transition where you take it somewhere else. We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And we have on the back of the deck, it's time to free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So freeing ourselves from limiting perspectives, freeing ourselves from any limitations, because there's a lot of momentum and potential moving forward after this event. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. Advice for pile number 1 when it comes to their first or next time with the person on their mind. Queen of Pentacles feeling kind of insecure. And it's almost like you're faking it till you make it if you're the one that brings forward the truth. It's like you are at a benchmark, you realize the opportunity, and you're just shooting your shot, you're going for it. They're talking about the full spectrum. So maybe we've been holding back from really saying, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I want, but there's something really celebratory. They're talking about a happy event. They're talking about enjoying yourself. And they're also shining a light on what is possible in the future of this connection as well. This doesn't feel like a singular event. The chain keeps coming out. I feel like that's a collective energy of like attachments, insecurities that we're trying to address here moving into 2024. We have L and R as initials. We also have the letter G. And here's the fawn. It's hesitating. It's got its little leg up. I do think of youth being ill-equipped or maybe a lack of experience. Also, coming of age. We have the Star of Aquarius here with the Sea Star, and we have live your dream. And that's what's happening. The fantasy is being fulfilled. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you, and if it does, please drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me. Even if you have to come back, I would love to hear your story. There's also my link below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the Magician, and this is your reading. What can you expect from your first or next time with your person, your next sexual encounter with the person on your mind? The Magician is all about control and manifestation. So somebody's trying to manifest this or really wants this to happen. There's a lot of communication with the Magician. So maybe the two of you have communicated about this. There could be some online, like physical sexual communication that's been happening as well via text for somebody watching in the collective. Always remember that I am reading for the collective for these readings, so if it doesn't resonate with you, you can try a different pile or a different reading altogether. But there's a lot of power surrounding the Magician. A powerful experience, powerful manifestation kind of being realized. It's like speaking our world into being. So let's see how that relates. What can you expect, pile number 2, from your first or next time with the person on your mind? We have the 6 of Wands. And of course, we're starting with fire. It's the most powerful element in tarot. We have the High Priestess. We have the 10 of Wands. And look at that big red moth, like a moth to a flame. We have the Tower coming in. And we have the 4 of Wands. Very beautiful spread for you, pile 2. Even this Tower, it's not as problematic, I don't feel, as we think that it is. We have the Devil, and we have the 8 of Wands. This is an explosive, very fiery moment for the two of you. Whether it's your first time, whether it's your 100th time, it doesn't really matter. There's like, we can't get enough of each other. We can't stop ourselves. Even though we know that maybe it's not necessarily a really great idea, there's a feeling of like addiction and insecurity and attachments and codependencies and just, again, just so much fire. And fire is something that does ignite, but it also can consume us. And there's just something about this connection almost consuming us. There's something really powerful about the attraction that you feel towards each other. And I do think that it gets mixed in with a little bit of triggering a fear of loss and triggering a fear of change that comes in because of this experience. Now let's clarify as we go forward here. First of all, Capricorn on the back of the deck, the Devil energy, it's not all about attachments and insecurity. This is a sexual energy. This is like somebody who's been wanting to do this, somebody who's been manifesting this. But it does lead to change. I feel like this is going to lead to change. And there's the 10 of Swords, and there's another moth here. And this moth has the wasp end with the reality of transition. Sometimes grief can be associated with that too. It triggers someone's fear of loss. And it also triggers, in the same breath, perhaps even that same person's fear of change, because it's like it's kind of tied in together. We have here the Page of Wands supporting the 6 of Wands. The Death energy. The Fool. I feel like there's very different personality types here that are going to be operating together. I feel like this person's going to come in with a lot of confidence and they're going to be assertive. And that's kind of a breath of fresh air. We find it very curious. We want them to be assertive. Maybe that's like the path that we like to take here, because I just heard Pillow Princess. So they're going to be very assertive. The Divine Masculine energy feels very assertive. It's almost like it sweeps us off our feet And we can't help but give in to the temptation, even though we know that it's kind of a risk to our fragile heart. I do feel like there's a fragile heart here that I'm concerned about the fragility of the heart. 8 of Wands reversed. And we have the Strength in the reverse position. Now we also have the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands. I feel as though the Divine Feminine really wants this next moment to lead to commitments or to lead to a definition of your connection, and it may not exactly lead there. It doesn't end with that moment. It doesn't end with that experience, and there is momentum, like it leaves the door open for more, but I do feel like the person who is kind of maintaining their control over the situation also wants to exert that control over the unknown, and they are the ones that are triggered by change. And even though we have this moment, this passion together, there's this frustrating delay to allowing it to achieve what it wants to achieve, which is the permanent change, which is perhaps momentum, which is evolution in this connection. For some, there could be a work realm connection here to this person, but not for everyone. That's a very secondary message. There's also a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of communication here. I feel like there's a lot of talking during this event. And I feel like this person does the talking. I feel like they like to, and it could even be a little bit aggressive, some of the talking that they do during a sexual event with you. It feels like they talk a lot, or they have a lot to say during that event as well. But they are saying here that the Divine Feminine is going to learn something during that experience. So you may be trying something new with this person, or this person may ask for something new, because you're going to be learning something through this experience. You're also going to be learning about them, not just in a physical way, but just about their hesitations, the frustrating delays that come after the event. And I will say that this does test the heart space of the Divine Feminine. And sometimes with the Divine Feminine, when she's this Queen of Wands, you could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Sometimes emotion, it's like we're so upset we like get angry. It's like there's a feeling of not knowing what to do with the emotion, so we just get a little bit cold, or we get frustrated with them after the fact. Yeah, because I feel like there's this frustration with what happens after. Like the aftercare that you want or that you need. It may not be available to us here. This person may not give it to us in this moment. And Spirit is trying to shine a light on their hesitation as not being about you and not being about the attraction. It's all about something internal that causes them to be afraid of commitments, afraid of changes. But the one thing they're not afraid is expressing themselves physically with you. And Spirit says they're going to do that. I also feel like this is leading up to this moment, this event. You're going to have opportunities that could lead to the event, and there's going to be stagnations and stalls, where it's like we're going to retreat. There's going to be frustrating delays, and that's why there's like so much maybe control, or somebody who's really trying to walk in with confidence because they don't want any further delays. We have the money path. A path with money is waiting for you. I do think of the work realm here. We have the bridge. It says successfully overcoming a problem. And I feel like there is a bridge here that is available. A bridge not just for the connection itself to move into a new realm or a new physical realm with you, but there's also some spiritual bridges that are available to us here. Some mastery that we can gain to overcome our delays and our fears. Not just for the Divine Feminine, but also for the Divine Masculine. We have stepping into a new experience. So this may not be, a 100th time. This may be the first time with this person. And we do have dark man. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. They're also showing the hair up in, I call it a man bun. I know it's not actually a bun. But they're kind of showing me like a certain type of person. Almost like kind of a hippie type of person. So please take that as it resonates. Just somebody who kind of gives off this gaze of being carefree, relaxed, in control. We have career. And we do have the whale, great worry over nothing. There could be a lot of insecurity, and that's why the frustrating delays happen before the actual event comes in, because some frustrating delays because of worrying. And I also feel like, again, I feel like the Divine Masculine might be the person that chats a lot during the event, and I think the Divine Feminine's too nervous too. And there's no reason to be, but there's nerves there. We have respect, recognition, and reward for merit with the basket. And they're going to be very complimentary to you, towards your body, towards how beautiful you are. That's going to be some of the things that they talk about during that event with you, is how appreciative they are of you and what they're looking at. What to expect on your first or next time with them for pile number 2, please. You could also be currently communicating with this person online, and there could be some, again, communication online that's happening that's very physical. We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And they are indicating that for the Divine Feminine, you may feel like you're being kept waiting for like a relationship with this person. But they're also talking about freeing yourself of insecurities, because there's something beautiful about you. We have worth waiting for. Our divine timing is at work, and we have the frustrating delays leading up to the moment. I did see forgiveness and learning. And that's coming out again, forgiveness and learning. As you release and heal your past, you experience more love in your present moment. And their hesitation towards commitments or towards extending it into something emotional could be coming from pain or triggers from the past. Back of the deck says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And I feel like that's coming in from the Divine Feminine. And I will say that there's a lot of potential here for twin flame energy, rebirths, even coming from our higher self. There is a lot of potential, and they're really encouraging leaps of faith, but not just from one side. They don't want you to tolerate less than what you deserve. They need it to be a collaboration. And so they're almost like encouraging this person to be more emotionally vulnerable with you in that moment. What a beautiful energy that you had, pile 2. Let's get a charm bowl. Advice for pile number 2. What to expect with the person on their mind, the first or the last, or the next time that you are with them in a sexual way. 3 of Swords coming in the reversal. Again, they're talking about forgiveness coming in. Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed. There's a feeling of like dealing with like an emotionally immature person or emotionally ill-equipped person. And I also feel like there could be like a lack of experience coming in here as well. And here with the 3 of Swords, there is disappointment, the 3 of Swords, but it is temporary. In the reverse, we are talking about forgiveness. We are talking about moving on, like forgiveness cycles. And so they're asking us to kind of see it from a new perspective so that we don't internalize their lack or their delays or their issues with the opportunity, and we just enjoy the ride. And the hesitation doesn't mean that this won't ultimately move into something more. They're just saying that right after this event, you perhaps won't get the outcome that you have envisioned in your mind. We do have the skull, again, reality transitions, grief. We have baby shark. Again, they're talking about someone who's like a little bit emotionally immature. They're talking about a little bit of aggression coming in, but not in an overly, like nothing bad. There's nothing bad here. We also have here a bicycle. I think of decisions we make because of children or for children. I also think of like coming of age and youth. Z, X, and O, and V. We also have a little A. And we have T. I just heard lowercase. We also have the Bible. And we have a horse that's kind of in a trot or in motion. So there's full speed ahead. They're talking about this event perhaps happening around the holidays, around Christmas time. And there's the Capricorn energy with the syringe. They're talking about addictions and not being able to stop ourselves, and just maybe even the insecurity surrounding that too, but just being drawn towards each other like a moth to a flame. It's like you won't want to stop yourself. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can even come back to leave your comment if you'd like to. I'd love to hear your story. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the Knight of Pentacles, and this is your reading. What can you expect from the person on your mind for the first or the next time that you are intimate with them? The Knight of Pentacles here is offering her something. There's something very patient about the Knight of Pentacles. It's like he plays by the rule book. He's filled with integrity. They play by the rule book. So there's something very patient about this person, being very patient with you when it comes to making the offer, when it comes to perhaps executing the offer here. And even the horse, the way that the horse's head is being drawn back, there's something very romantic and gallant about it. Very respectful energy coming in. And not because they don't want to pursue or be like, I feel like to be a little bit more aggressive or to be a bit more forceful. That's in their nature perhaps, but not for this event. They really kind of hold back out of respect for you. It's like they feel like you are their responsibility in that moment. There's something that they have to do, and there's something that they have to accomplish for you. They take all the steps too. It's like they're all about taking the correct steps. We have the Nine of Cups. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot for anyone interested. And I mean, this is like a situation where you are the pinnacle, you are the dream. There's crush energy here. Maybe you're crushing on this person. Star, Aquarius. The Moon. The Ten of Cups. It's like they want to prove themselves to you in this moment, to be honest. It feels like you're the focus. They want to reveal that focus to you. They want to get to know you. Like they want to know what makes you tick. They want to know what you like. They're very focused on you. We have the Fool and we have the King of Pentacles. This person thinks that you're way out of their league anyway. So that's why this is like would be a dream come true for them this first or next time. We have the Seven of Swords and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this Seven of Swords here is talking about someone who has perhaps been wearing masks up to this point. And they are talking about someone who will pretend like they're confident, even though they're not going to be feeling that confident, because you represent this star, because you represent something that they've wanted, that has been this temptation, and they have been wearing masks for quite some time. It's like this revelation. It feels like the first or next time that you're with this person, there's this huge revelation of them taking their mask off. And at first, it's like they go through all the chapters, or they go through all of the necessary steps. They're very complimentary. They compliment how you look. There is something about like dancing or music being involved, like really trying to be romantic, even though I don't know that romance is this person's forte. If I'm honest, it's like they have like I don't want to say the idiot's guide, but the idiot's guide to foreplay, or like the idiots, because it's not their forte. They're very logical, they're a very intelligent person. But when it comes to emotions, that's hard for them. It's challenging for them. But they want to make sure that this is a really good experience for you. So they're very complimentary when it comes to your physical body, when it comes to what they're seeing. They play by that rule book. We have the Fool. And honestly, this is like a big risk for them. They feel like they're taking this huge leap of faith, this huge risk, but they're going to try to act like they're very calm and collected, like they're not bothered by it. I will say that there's the energy of first place and second place. You're first place. That's what Spirit wants to say. You're going to be first place. They'll take second. They don't mind. Knight of Pentacles. Six of Cups and the Six of Wands coming out with this. There's something very generous about this person towards you. They want to be generous with you. They want to protect you during this moment. So they're going to be checking in with you to make sure that you're okay, to make sure that you are enjoying yourself, to make sure that you want to be there. Like this is what they're going to do in order to gain confidence, is making sure that you are enjoying what's happening. And they hope that this leads to changes in their life. They hope that this solidifies a place for them. It's like they're trying to prove to you that they deserve to be there. And they are going to take their time. Slow and steady wins the race. It's like they are even in this mentality of like they don't care if they're overlooked. Truthfully, they do, but they are saying that now, but truthfully, they do. We have the World. And this world energy cannot be possible without the leaps of faith of this Fool and the Fool up top. So there's like two people that have to jump feet first. But it's going to be very successful, very enlightening for both of you. Enlightening about our previous masks and our fears that we were holding that perhaps weren't necessary. And very successful in the sense that both of you are really going to enjoy yourself. We have the Four of Swords. There's going to be a part of this person that's going to want to ask you to do it again, or they're going to want to ask to take you out again. Like they're going to want to continue the connection, and they're going to want to sort of establish their place in it. But I feel like they're tiptoeing around it because there's a little bit of a fear, a defense, like a wall or a shield that they put up. We do have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Cups. Now the Five of Pentacles here, is supporting the Seven of Swords. And this is like a lack mindset that we act as a crutch that keeps our masks on. It almost feels like somebody that follows you around like a puppy dog because they put you on this pedestal and they don't recognize, or they haven't acknowledged that you're just as insecure, or that you feel just as the same way as they do, but you're mirroring their insecurity, which is why there's going to be a lot of enlightenment here. It's like, oh, well, maybe I didn't need to worry as much because here's the Nine of Cups. We started with the Nine of Cups, which is a wish that I want to see fulfilled. And we end with a very satisfied energy because somebody manifested their dream into reality. So we end with a lot of satisfaction. Here with the Nine of Cups on back of deck, we end with a lot of satisfaction. And there's the Justice. It's almost like somebody that is anticipating rejection, though. It's like they want to beat that vulnerability to the punch. I don't think that this person is necessarily that chatty during the event, other than to check in with you. I also feel like there's some nerves that come in the midst that sort of interrupt the body, interrupt the Divine Masculine's body, just nerves. And there's a generosity necessary there. It's like them being generous with you. They're going to need some encouragement, or they're going to need you to build their confidence. They're going to need patience from you. As much as they're being patient with you, they're also going to need patience. Woo. On the floor. We have the Eagle, triumph over our troubles and obstacles, a goal-oriented person. You do have career, so this is somebody who's working on their career, but this is also someone that you maybe have worked with in the past. I also heard do the work, because this person's responsible. They're going to do the work that's necessary. And they will be the one doing the work. We have successfully overcoming a problem with the bridge. And Tiger, doing something risky and taking a chance towards the Divine Feminine. And it's because this person has been kind of going around in circles, thinking about this, fantasizing about this. I keep seeing Shere Khan with the fire tied to his tail, and then we have November being significant, and Broom, new home, new attitude. So there could be a lot more to come in the future after this event happens. We do have the Fool and the King of Pentacles, and someone who's kind of like waiting to move into that position, waiting to move into a position of authority. The confidence that they gained leaping into this physical event with you perhaps gives them the confidence to continue to pursue you in more of a committed sort of mindset. This is a person who's not afraid of commitments. They're a goal-oriented person when it comes to like perhaps family units and commitment cycles. We have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. You may decide to go out of town for this event. And there's like this honeymoon phase. And then we have the moon right here in the center of our reading. And it's this transition. You can see with the honeymoon, they're in this boat, like a gondola that's moving forward. So this could be signaling changes in your connection, changes in your life. It won't just be this event, I don't feel. We have heart-to-heart conversations that are going to be needed, or discuss your feelings honestly with each other. We have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Back of the deck says retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And I feel like you are, again, you could go somewhere special or go out of town. Maybe it's a trip that we're taking in order to execute this change. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. Oops. We have the Z in the bowl from the previous reading. Advice for pile number 3 for the first or the next time with their person. We do have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position now. We have the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. Very strong Aquarius energy here. Could be Gemini as well, or Libra. Now, this Knight of Pentacles here in the reverse, there's this desire to be more quick about it, or aggressive, or like there's this feeling about wanting to be imminent with my change and move forward in an imminent type of way. I also feel like they've retreated or they have delayed bringing forward their desire, taking that leap of faith towards you in this moment, because logically they're trying to come up with the perfect plan, and they're kind of an overthinker when it comes to that. They're trying to come up with the perfect plan. Again, I do feel like this person is, again, they really could be an Aquarius, because I feel like they get along with everybody. They're very intelligent. But it's like emotions will sometimes make them uncomfortable. But this is also a very emotional realm where they know that we both need emotional generosity. We have Y and S and D. We also have here the chili pepper. Whoops, chili pepper for hot energy and exploration. We have iron, ironing things out with Virgo energy. We do have a Knight of Pentacles here in the bowl as well. They could be at a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. We do have the hammer and the wrench in our plans. I think of persistence and empowering ourselves with the red-handled hammer. We have a connection written in the stars for the divine feminine. We also have a commandment that says thou shalt not commit adultery. So that is for someone specific in the bowl. Half of the transformation will be complete, and we do have the pants. I do think of the lower chakras, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, the root chakra. I think of hospital scrubs as well. And I do think of the sisterhood of traveling pants for some reason, so that may resonate with you in some way. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me. You can check out my link for Etsy as well. And I just hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.